Hey friends, it's Amy Deb, the Keto Queen. How are you doing? We're home from work and I'm excited to get a dinner in the oven. I've got my oven on 350. Guys, we are making a delicious meal. I love this meal. I love Brussels sprouts and I love sausage. So when you think about combining them together, I mean, that's just delicious. I don't know how to use this. I'll play that later. When you combine those two things together, I think it makes an amazing meal. So we are making sausage and Brussels sprouts. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm putting some fresh garlic inside my pan. And I'm going to tell you what I've done so far. This is so fast. And I overcooked almost my Brussels sprouts because I've been in there talking to Ricky about my awesome trip to Texas. Oh my gosh. We had so much fun in Texas. And I'll talk to you about that another time because I can't wait to tell you some of the things that I learned. Some of the people we got to talk to. But we're making a sausage and Brussels sprouts. So what I've done is I took Italian sausage, and I'm talking about like the bratwurst style Italian sausage, and I cut them into bite-sized chunks and I cooked them. I moved them over to the side and I used that grease to cook my Brussels sprouts. So I've got 1 pound of Italian sausage and 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. And those Brussels sprouts, I just cut them in half and sauteed them in that sausage grease with a little small onion. I don't even know how much onion it was. It was just a little bit. I diced up an onion, and we just sauteed the Brussels sprouts and the onion together. And then I just added a few cloves of garlic. So you can use fresh garlic or garlic powder, completely up to you. But once those Brussels sprouts start to get soft, you want to take them off, and we're going to go ahead and season them up with some really good stuff here. We're going to do a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to do a teaspoon of salt. We're going to do 2 to 3 teaspoons of Worcestershire. I'm going to do 3 teaspoons. That's 2. There we go. That's about 3. And we're going to stir this up, and then we're going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese. Now that Worcestershire, salt, pepper, the onion, and the garlic powder, oh guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be yummy. I'm going to go ahead and add this sausage right back to the pan. There's a little bit of grease left in there, and that's okay. It's just giving it some great, great flavor. And we're going to mix in the Brussels sprouts and the sausage together. Have you guys tried this before? I absolutely love it. If you have and you know it's delicious, go ahead and give me some hearts. If it sounds amazing, if you love sausage and you love Brussels sprouts, you guys are going to love this meal. So go ahead and give me some hearts and share this video so we can show other people how easy it is to choose low-carb menus and low-carb meals to live such a healthier life. So we're going to now add some cream cheese. I'm personally going to use 2 ounces of cream cheese. You can do less or more, completely up to you. But I'm going to use about 2 ounces, and we're going to put this back on low heat so that this cream cheese can melt. And it's going to be so delicious. I'm going to put it back on the heat. And I'm going to go back over this recipe again. But if you guys have questions for me, let me know. I'm here to help you. So if you've never seen this page, or if you're new and you need some getting started tips, I would love to help you guys. Just put getting started in the comments, and I'm going to show you or give you some really simple tips that you can use on a daily basis to change over to low carb or even keto for a healthy 2024. Like, I am going to show you and give you the tips that I started with and I still do on a daily basis to maintain that fat loss. I went from a size 12 to a 4'6", and I've maintained it for over 4 years now. I love the way I feel, and I did that by eating low carb, keto. I did keto at first, and then I moved over to more low carb and maintenance phase. And then I drink ketones every day. So if you guys need some getting started tips, just put getting started in the comments, and I would love to help you guys out. And look how pretty this is right now. We're going to let this cream cheese melt. So I turned the stovetop back on to just a low heat. And I'm going to go over this recipe again just to see if you guys have questions. If you do, put them in the comments. I would love to help you. I have been eating this way for 5 years. I love the way I feel. I love the way I sleep. I love the way food cravings are absolutely gone. And I do have a sale right now for those ketones. So if you want getting started tips, put getting started in the comments. So this recipe is delicious. It is a sausage and Brussels sprout. What we did is we took Italian sausage links, cut them into bite size, cooked them up. As soon as they were cooked, I moved them out of the way and I used that grease to cook our Brussels sprouts. So I took a bag or a fresh bag, a 1 pound of Brussels sprouts, washed them, cut them in half, and put them in this skillet with that grease with a little bit of chopped onion. Now you can use a chopped onion up really fine. And we sauteed the Brussels sprouts and the onions until the Brussels sprouts started to get soft. So they're browned and soft. They're not completely done, but almost. And then after that onion and Brussels sprout starts to soften up, you want to add some garlic cloves. Now, again, you can use garlic powder later if you want to, but I used garlic cloves. Cook that for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to add our seasonings, which is a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 to 3 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. So after we seasoned it up, we added the sausage back to the skillet. So we've got it all together. And now we're adding in some cream cheese. Now, I should have softened the cream cheese, and I did not. So I just used about 2 ounces of cream cheese, but you'll see it's already getting soft. It's starting to spread throughout the dish. And what we're fixing to do is move this over to a casserole. Now, you don't have to move this to a casserole dish. You actually could go ahead and just finish it right here on the stovetop. But what we're going to do is put this creamy, delicious Brussels sprout mixture into a casserole dish, and then we're going to top it off with some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to bake it on 350 for about, 10 minutes or less. We're just going to let that cheese melt, and your meal is ready to go and absolutely delicious. So I would love to know if you guys have had this before. I love this meal, and we love to change it up. So we do a lot of pork. We do a lot of chicken. We also use Italian sausage. We love steaks. We don't love fish at home. I like to use that as a date night treat. I love seafood, but I rarely cook it. Sometimes I cook some shrimp, and every once in a blue moon, we'll grill catfish or something, but I primarily leave the seafood to the restaurant so that I have a real special treat when we go out for date night. All right, look how pretty this is. All right, I'm going to move it over to a casserole dish. And then we're going to top it off with some Parmesan cheese, and we're going to stick it in the oven. Like I said, the oven's on 350, and we're going to cook this, just long enough for the cheese to melt. It might be 10 minutes. It might be 15 minutes. We're just going to watch it for the cheese to melt because everything else is done. Now, if you didn't cook your Brussels sprouts until they were soft, then you're going to have to cook it longer in the oven. I really like to cook it until it's pretty much done. You can stick a fork in them. You don't want them really hard and crunchy when you put them in the oven because we really want this to be pretty much finished. Now, if you don't want to transfer it to the oven, you can seriously just put the Parmesan cheese right here in the skillet, cover it up with the top, and just let that cheese melt, and then you've got your finished meal. But this is looking fantastic. You can do it just like this. You don't even have to add anything else. Like this could be it. Or you can add some Parmesan cheese. Now, I would love to use some fresh Parmesan, but guess what? I forgot to buy some at the store. So I had some shredded Parmesan cheese in the refrigerator. I'm just going to make sure there's no mold on it. Nope. And then we're just going to put some Parmesan cheese over the top. And we're going to pop it in the oven until this cheese melts. It's already good and done. It's already super warm. It's going to be so yummy. So again, the seasoning was a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and 3 to 4 or even less, depending on your taste buds, Worcestershire sauce. We added the 2 ounces of cream cheese to let that melt. And this is going to be delicious. Let me stick it in the oven. Oh, yes. Let me see if you guys have questions for me. The kitchen's a mess. It's a mess. But let's see if you guys have any questions for me. I love to help you guys out. I had such a blast in Texas. Seriously, it was amazing. We had some, I can't even explain to you how powerful the lineup was at this conference. I don't know if you know these folks, but we had Joseph McClendon III. He calls himself JM3. He is 70. He turned 70 this year, and that man is on fire. He's got more energy than anyone I've ever met before. He is fit, he is fine, and he is 100% amazing at teaching you awesome things to help really put your focus on the things in life that's going to keep you positive and keep you focused on your goals. I love listening to him. I've heard him a few times now, but he is truly amazing. If you've never watched any of his podcasts, it's Joseph McClendon III. I'm telling you, fantastic. And then guess what else? I don't know if you guys follow, but if you follow, I love to read. And sometimes I'll get a book and start, and then life happens with work, and it's just too crazy busy, so I'll put the book down. But this summer, when we went to Jamaica, I took a book with me. I may have it over here. Let me find it. Now I'm going to give you a whole lot more information later because there's a lot of information to share. See that Frankie says that? Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Oh man, where is that book? Did I let Mama borrow it? Oh, here it is. So I picked this book up. Actually, that's a story. This book was sent to me in the mail by Prove It. So they sent me this book, and usually if Prove It sends me a book, it's going to be a book worth reading, and it's called Believe It, and it was written by Jamie Kern-Lima. Jamie Kern-Lima, I'm going to turn the camera around in a second so you can see this. Jamie Kern-Lima, let me just turn it around so you guys can see. Guys, oh my gosh, seriously, amazing. So here it is, Believe It. It's so weird when this thing's backward. Jamie Kern-Lima. Jamie Kern-Lima. Guys, get this book. It's called Believe It. I read it when we were in Jamaica this summer, and I loved the book. Like, I read it on the plane. Those people probably thought I was crazy because I was laughing while I was reading it, and then I would cry when I was reading it. I was sitting by the pool and crying as I'm reading it because it's just so inspirational. Like, this lady, Jamie Kern-Lima, I don't even want to tell you her story because it's just so powerful in this book, but she is someone who created a business in her living room, and her business was all about helping women feel empowered, feel like they're worthy because they just had such a hard time with their face and makeup. So that's just, I mean, that sounds so superficial, but guys, this is not superficial. It's truly amazing. She started this business in her living room. She was told no a million times. She just literally went bankrupt. I mean, it is an amazing story of someone who truly had that feeling, like that gut feeling that what they were doing was a purpose. Like, they had a purpose, and their purpose was to make women feel amazing. And no matter what, she was not going to take no for an answer. And she ended up selling her business years later before going bankrupt for $2.8 billion. $2.8 billion. Now she's best friends with Oprah. But she's pretty awesome. Her name is Jamie Kern-Lima. I'm telling you, she came to talk to us. I didn't know she was coming to this. It's like, I just read her book this summer. She came to this conference, and guess what? She came to this conference because she wanted to. She reached out to our company and said, you know what? I've heard amazing things about your community there at Prove It. I've heard that the speakers are so well welcomed that they are begging to come back. I've got to be there. Prove It did not have her in the budget. She came anyway. So she literally spent 2 to 3 hours with us on Sunday morning. And I'm telling you guys, it was fantastic. What an inspiration. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to read this book again. But she's got a new book coming out, and it's called Worthy. And guys, I'm going to be talking to you some more this week about her and her story and what she brought to the table this weekend, as well as JM3. I love Joseph McClendon III, so we'll also talk about Joseph. But I'm telling you guys, it was such a powerful weekend. I just absolutely loved it. So we had Jamie Kern-Lima, we had Joseph McClendon III. Of course, we had our CEO and leader, Brian Underwood. Like, we had a line up. Oh, and we had this man called Master Co. He like teaches chi and all these crazy things about energy. Y'all, I'm telling you, at first I was like, no, not my thing. And then he had us do these things to our hands, and like we could feel, y'all, I'm telling you, it's crazy. We had the most awesome weekend. And we had the most fun. I don't know if you guys have seen some of our dressy pictures. Like, we went to this gala for our awards. Say hey to your number 4 in the company. Yeah, I was so excited. I was top 4 in sales, and I just had so much fun. But we had the greatest time. We got all dressed up in our fancy clothes, and we got to take tons of pictures, and we got a fancy dinner. And then some of us got awards, like all of my friends. I had so much fun taking pictures of my friends and just celebrating. Like, we had a blast. So I love this company. I love talking about ketones. I love them because they're all about building us up. Not just me, like all of our customers. Our goal, our mission for our company is to create, or to, not to create, but to make ourselves and our friends and our families and our customers 1% better every day. Our mission is to grow 1% better every single day. 1%. Guys, 1% is all it takes. Like, you don't have to change overnight, but creating an atmosphere where you can become better 1% every single day. Like, I just love the mission statement of this company. I love everything about this company. I love all the friends I've met from this company. Like, it's just phenomenal. So if you are looking for a place to plug into, a place that will be all about you, coming as you are and helping you where you need help and just having lots of fun and meeting new people, like, you've got to join me. So just send me a message. I'd love to talk to you more about the business, but I'm just super excited to be home and in the kitchen cooking good meals and seeing my family again and getting back to work with the kids and playing with the dogs. Like, it was a great, great trip, but I am so glad to be home. So I am excited to bring you more information later. If you are new to my page and you want getting started tips on how to change your diet by simple tips that are going to create success for you, I'd love to get you some getting started tips. So put getting started in the comments. And I think that's it. I'm so excited. This is, Linda, this is Italian sausage. So let me go back up and see if you guys have questions. Smoked sausage is more like a Polish sausage. This is like Italian sausage over in the Italian meats. And it's like the bratwurst style, and I sliced it into bite-sized chunks. I probably wouldn't do this with smoked sausage, but you probably could do something with smoked sausage and Brussels sprouts. So let me think on that, Linda. I may come up with a new recipe. Dorothy, I will check my messages in just a few minutes. If you sent me a message, I will definitely respond. I came on late. Hey, Viv. I don't know if you already heard me. I've repeated it a couple of times, but the link is in this post. As soon as I finish up the video, you're going to see the link in the post. Oh, my goodness. Linda turned 72 today. Linda Zickafoos. I sure appreciate you, Linda. I'm so glad you follow the page. Well, I'm telling you, JM3, Joseph McClendon, if you look at him and his pictures at 70 years old, you're like, whoa. Like, how in the world is that possible for someone to look so amazing at 70 years old? But striving. That's what I'm going to be striving for at 70s. I'm feeling good. My throat is so sore, but it's from screaming bloody murder for all of my friends who are getting awards at the banquet. Like, I was screaming, yay, Christina, yay, Lori, yay, Nick. Like, I was just screaming. We were just screaming and having a great time. So, guys, I hope you have an awesome night. If I can help you in any way, just send me a message. I'm going to go ahead and get off here and check my messages so I can make sure I respond to everyone before I hit the hay tonight. I hope you have a great one. I will show you this finished dish. Actually, let me look at it. Let me just see what it looks like. Let me just see. Oh, man, it looks good. Oh, man, that looks good. I mean, it's ready to be served. You can let that cheese, I was trying to think, was it? You can let that cheese melt a little more if you want to, but golly, Bill. Now, if you use fresh Parmesan, it's going to be much better than the shredded Parmesan, but you do what you got to do. I forgot to buy some, but don't that look delicious, guys? Yes. I'm fixing to go ahead and clean up this kitchen counter. Then I'm going to pull it out of the oven and serve it up for me and my husband. Guys, y'all have a great night, and I will see you all later. Bye.